The music is only for the background. The music is not meant to drown me out, as it always does whenever I'm trying to do talk segments. The first time I do them, my mic just isn't loud enough. It's almost like I need a new one of these things or something. Qanba is one of the big arcade stick manufacturers currently, right? The two big arcade stick manufacturers in the West and everywhere minus like Korea. The ones you think of the most are Qanba and Hori, because Mad Catz has kind of made a joke of itself in the past 7 or 8 years, right? Got bought out by a Chinese company, tried to re-enter the arcade stick market with the Ego, not great arcade stick, and then the TE3, which hasn't had the most favorable of reviews, especially for the price tag. But Qanba releasing 3 new sticks, or 2 on pre-order, and 1 is out now, right? Ready for the PS5. They have 4 sticks this generation. 1 is PC only, but the other 3 are all PS5, PS4, and PC ready. Those being the Drone 2, which is already out, the Qanba Titan, which is a new stick, and their Qanba Obsidian 2. So the Drone 2 and the Obsidian 2 are refreshes. What up, Blue? How you doing? The Qanba Obsidian 2 and the Drone 2 are refreshes at we were speaking about price earlier when it came to the Mad Catz TE3 at a higher price tag, but maybe the features will make it worth it. So let's first take a look at these arcade sticks. I think I have them pulled up here already. Oh, yeah. So I have them pulled up, I think in order of expensiveness. You guys saw a flash of how expensive that other one was. This is the Qanba Drone 2. I will be reviewing this when I have extra money. I will be buying this arcade stick. Qanba hasn't reached out to me to send me review units for any of their arcade sticks, unfortunately, and hey, that's acceptable. My channel is super small, but we're gonna be reviewing the Qanba Drone 2. I have the Drone 1, and I think the Drone is like the perfect stick for portability, compatibility, and full features, right? The only thing it was really missing from the last generation, it now has, right? It was missing a touchpad, and it was missing a headphone jack, right? Now for $150, basically the cost of a crystal, right? So the Obsidian 2 is up there. I want to see it in action. You will see the price tag, and you will see maybe that makes it more worth it or less worth it for you. So this is a $150 stick with PS4 and PS5 native compatibility. Already a plus, right? That's something that for that price tag you cannot beat. There's only two other native PS5 sticks on market, that being the Victrix Pro FS5 or Pro FS2, whatever you want to call it, the new Victrix, which is a very expensive stick, $400, $350 to $400. Very expensive, very luxury stick. And they know that they're a luxury stick, so they charge that luxury price. The Victrix is an amazing looking stick. I would love to own one day, but we're not going to get into that. The Hori Fighting Stick Alpha, which, hey, we got one of those right here. I own that. Hey, we have that. We have the Hori Fighting Stick Alpha, and this base is $200. This is a $200 arcade stick. Okay, so it's not cheap. And I think that should have been the first sign that this generation of fight sticks was going to get more expensive, right? This is an all plastic design without my modifications. An all plastic design, clamshell openable like a TE2, right? $200, when normally Hori probably in the past would have charged something like $150 or $160 for something like this, and made like a Fighting Edge 3 and charged $200 for that. But I think if the fighting stick came out in this generation, if we had a PS5 Hori Fighting Fighting Edge, it just wouldn't be $200 anymore. I think it would be a lot more. I think it'd be closer to $300 or $350, which is something I don't really want to admit, but I'm going to say that now in defense of these kind of exorbitant stick prices you're about to see here in a second. This one comes with Qanba's own proprietary B30 buttons, the Qanba Armoron switch lever, which I haven't had a chance to try. That's why I want to try this stick. A full touch panel. It's a wired controller, duh. A touchpad, and it has a 3.5mm headphone jack. And it's not just like an earbud jack, it is a headset jack, which means that you can plug in a headset and talk into it just like you would with an Obsidian on the PS4, right? So that's pretty dope. I think that this stick, for the price, at least from what I can tell, I can't give it super rave reviews because I haven't got to try it yet, but from what I can tell, it seems like it's a good balance of price to performance. And if I'm not mistaken, it's actually slightly longer than the original Qanba Obsidian. The original Qanba Drone. The original Qanba Drone was very light and very small. It was less than 2 pounds, actually. It was like 1.8 pounds. So this is lighter. This is heavier, and it's wider as well. It's a lot longer, which It looks like it's about 2 inches, 3 inches longer, which is a good thing for people who like the drone, but don't like the fact that the drone feels so light and feels so small, right? For people with bigger hands, taller people like me, 6'2". But I do think that this might really just strike a balance perfectly. The thing that most people will complain about, and I think, or most customizers will complain about, and I think that it's a valid point, but this generation might just not be for them when it comes to fight sticks, is customizability. Right? It looks like you're gonna be able to open it up, standard, buttons. Screws on the back or whatever to open it up, get the buttons out, get the lever out, change out the buttons and lever. But there's no clear panel for artwork. So if you want to put artwork on this, it looks like you're gonna have to heat gun it to the top of the stick, right? It doesn't look like this is going to be one of those arcade sticks where you just take off the plexi, put it in the artwork, and slap the plexi back on. This is not going to be one of those sticks. And for $149, I would not have expected that. I'm going to be quite honest. I think that usually any stick under $200, maybe even under $250, it kind of makes sense that they're not branding those for customizability. They're branding those to be the very basic arcade sticks for the generation. Hey, Moonspire, how you doing? Let's take a look at the next stick. So, like I said, the Hori Fighting Stick Alpha, I said that I think it might go down as the best price to performance arcade stick for the PS5 generation, and I'm going to stand by that statement because now we see the next stick up, which is the Qanba Titan. This, first of all, is a little different. The lever and buttons are further away from each other, right? They're almost like a Vuelix layout mixed with a Noir layout, right? The buttons don't curve downwards, but the lever is further away like it would be if it was a Noir layout, right? If you look at the drone, that is a standard Vuelix layout, right? That is the buttons and the lever very close to each other to conserve space. And it's the most normal arcade stick layout for Japan. They use the Vuelix layout, and that's exactly what this layout. The Noir layout is another layout by Namco's cabinets, but I don't think any of these are going to come with Noir layouts. So we won't talk about it, but this does look closer to the Noir layout because of the spacing between the buttons and the lever. I think someone said it's 3.4 inches or something, so that's a lot of space compared to the 1.8 or 2 inches that you normally get, right? Getting almost an additional full 2 inches or possibly even a full 2 inches, which that's a lot for some people. Some people really can't handle the 2 inches of anyways. So back to the feature of the stick. This stick is going to be PS4, PS5, PC compatible, just like the other two sticks that we're looking at here from Qanba. It's going to have Sanwa buttons and a Sanwa JLF, right? So you're getting the stock standard, the tournament ready parts, right? Most people prefer Sanwa parts, or they start with Sanwa parts and then they move on and they graduate to other things like Korean parts or Hori or Gamer Finger, things like that. But most people say that if you're starting on an arcade stick, can't go wrong with Sanwa. Nothing wrong with Sanwa. Can't beat Sanwa. It's just the stock standard. And there's nothing wrong with going with what's normal. Nothing wrong with starting where everyone else did. It also has a full control panel up at the top, just like the drone does, which is good, right? They're not cutting any features. Comes with a headphone jack, a tournament lock switch, which is really cool. And, it says show more. A full-length rubber anti-slip liner. So that must be on the bottom. On the bottom, it must have an anti-slip liner, which is pretty cool. It has the same storage solution for the cable. So this is going to be a wired cable just like the drone. It looks like you're going to tuck the cable in. I can show you guys what I mean by that. 1 second. Luckily, I can show you guys what I mean by that because I own 10 arcade sticks. Hit up my Twitch contributions, my subscribe or something if you want me to buy more arcade sticks. Anyways, I should probably make a Patreon too. So there's this hole here on the original drone, if you guys can see that. Can you guys see that? Chat, can you guys see me? I can see you guys, chat. Anyways, there's a hole here, and this hole is actually for cable management, right? You're supposed to take this wire, and you're supposed to put it inside of the, you're supposed to take the long black cord and just shove it in the hole. That's where it goes. And it's the storage solution that they're deciding to use for the Drone 1, the Drone 2, and even the Titan, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, we see your goofy ass. Nice. I really like that. I think that it's a very it's a very interesting storage solution. And I think for a $240 stick, I'm not a fan. For a $150 stick, I wouldn't complain about it, right? It's better than a door that's going to break off, or like a latch that is like mechanical and you like press it and eventually that like mechanical feeling gives out and it doesn't work as well anymore, right? But I think that with this storage solution, it's kind of, it doesn't feel premium. And this is a, what last generation would have been considered a premium product, right? $200, 200 plus. That was tournament grade and premium arcade sticks only. This generation, it looks like the $200 price class could be the mid-range sticks, right? So maybe the Hori Fighting Stick Alpha is not a tournament grade stick. Maybe it's considered a mid-range grade stick. And same thing with the Titan, which is insane because I think $240 is a lot for an arcade stick, but with the cost of shipping, hey, what's up, Lila? Thanks for with the cost of shipping, with the cost of labor going up, with the cost of parts, manufacturing, inflation is real. Okay, so I just want to preface this now. Inflation is real. If you guys want to attack these arcade stick companies and make them feel bad about having higher priced products, it's just the way the world is. Everything is higher priced right now. Unfortunately, everything is higher priced right now. So this price kind of shoots itself in the foot a little bit, right? Like $250 is a lot of money for something that doesn't feel like it's the most premium and the most tournament grade, when the next tier up isn't that much more expensive, right? So you're looking at a $100 difference between the Drone 2 and the Titan. So I'm gonna be quite honest, without owning a Titan yet, without owning the Drone 2 yet, I own a Drone 1, and I'm sure I'll like the Drone 2 when I get the chance to finally try it. I don't think there's any reason to logically go for the Titan unless you're looking for this layout. If you want this layout, that's why you get the Titan. Otherwise, you get the Drone 1, or the Drone 2, or you get the Qanba Obsidian 2. Now, you guys see that $320? That's a big ask, right? When you look at how much the original Qanba Obsidian was, I think it was $199 or $219.99, $219.99, right? It was either $219.99 or it was $199.99. So this is a lot of money, right? This is a big jump. This is a $120 increase, right? So that is $120 increase. It was $200 before. That is over a 50% increase. If we look at the cost of the Drone 2 compared to the Drone 1, the Drone 1 was $80. That is almost double. It's almost double. If it was $160, because the Drone 1 was $80, this is almost also the same. This is actually a bigger increase, like when you think of the actual percentage, but because it's still so much lower, you don't feel it too much, you don't think about it too much. $150 is still a reasonable price for an arcade stick, but this $320 is going to hurt a lot of people. A lot of people are going to see this $320 and immediately back down, go for the Titan, or go for the startup hot tub streams for Obsidian 2 donations. Yo, you need to relax. You need to relax. Now, there is some cool features with this stick, right? It's not out yet. It doesn't come out till, I believe, like May 1st. Yeah, there it is, May 1st. The Titan and the Obsidian 2 come out May 1st, which is the beginning of next month. So you got 6 days to save. Good luck. It's going to have the same things that the Titan has, except for the layout. This is going to have the basic Vuelix layout, but it's got the PS4, PC, PS5 compatibility, Sanwa, standard. You don't relax in your hot tub. I don't own a hot tub. I'm not rich. It has the Sanwa JLF lever comes with a bat top and a ball top, which is really cool. Thumb screw access for the side panels for the left and right sides, which are kind of storage solutions in a way. A tournament lock switch, a full touch panel, a full control pad and touch panel, right? It's got the anti-slip pad on the base. I can't tell how big it is. Hopefully it's across the whole bottom, unlike the original Obsidian, which doesn't have enough. And it also has the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, right? So it has everything it needs. That's where the cord comes out? Okay, that's where the cord comes out. I'm trying to find where the headphones go in. I don't see where the headphones go. Oh, right there. What an interesting spot. They go in the front. That's kind of awkward, right? It being in the front. That's the front of the stick, not the back. Because there's the access, like the touch panel and the extra buttons and the lock switch, not the tournament lock switch, the PS Home button right there. So this is in the front. That's kind of weird. And I think they might all be like that. Oh no. Yeah, that's an awful spot. Can I be honest? This in the front is an awful spot. That means that if you have your headset plugged in, right? If I were to unplug my headset right now, I'd be plugging in my headset to the top of my arcade stick. Very strange. I think that's weird. On the Obsidian one, it was on the bottom, like close to your person, which makes sense. On the Hori Fighting Edge, it's on your person. It's close to you. The Razer Panthera Evo, it's on the side, and the Fighting Stick Alpha, it's on the side. The Hori Fighting. Yeah, it's on the side. Right, it's right here. It's right there. I wish I could. Right there. There it is. So, the Qanba Obsidian 2 seems like an interesting product, right? Having like a touch panel, it's on the top. Couldn't that be a detachable USB and maybe a headphone jack on the bottom? No, that is indeed not. No, it does not come with a detachable cable. All of these are hardwired cables. There's the cable, hardwired into the stick on the side, right? And this is where you're gonna put the cord. This is the one side is going to be the storage solution for the cord. I didn't catch a bit. Looked at my cats for a minute. You're fine. So the storage solution for the cord is on the side, and on the other side is where you can hold a bath top, a ball top. A bathtub and a ball top, which is pretty cool. So I mean, it's like hot swappable. You can switch on the fly depending on what you want to use and what you play mostly, what you're comfortable with. If there's ever a game you prefer bat over ball, you know, that does become kind of a cool little thing to use, but I don't know how many people are really going to use something like that. Like, it doesn't feel impactful. Like, it doesn't feel like something you like really need. I don't know a lot of people who are constantly swapping between bat and ball. I can only think of one, and he's a friend of mine, but he's a fucking old man. He's dirt old, okay? So it's probably not a young man's thing to do. Yeah, in the very front, here it is. That is the headphone jack. And it looks like all three of the arcade sticks that Qanba's released in this generation so far have the headphone jack in the front, which I think is like a super awkward placing for a headphone jack. But we'll see. Maybe with internal testing, they know things better than players, and arcade stick collectors, aficionados, lovers, addicts. I'm not sure what to call myself. No, right? Maybe internal testing knows more than we do. $320 is a large pill to swallow, but when you think of the other high price stick, the other high dollar stick this generation, it seems like a good price, right? It is beating out the Victrix. It's beating out the Victrix by like $80, right? The Victrix is probably a higher class arcade stick, though. It's got the detachable lever. It's got the braided cables for the buttons. It has a detachable lever. It opens up. I think I mentioned that already. I said detachable cable. I think the headphone jack is actually on the side for this, which makes sense. No, it's on the front. It's on the back edge, the edge close to you, where most people would say that that's a good place to put it. It has a storage solution for the detachable lever. So if the competition is the Victrix Pro, right, which is a solid aluminum body with sono parts, or the Obsidian 2, I mean, if you are looking at spending, Jess, thanks for the big raid of 8 people as I'm talking about arcade sticks. Howdy doody. Hope you're doing well. Hope the stream went well. If you're looking at the Qanba Obsidian 2 compared to the Victrix, the only real difference, the big thing that's going to scare people off about the Victrix is it's really cold. Amy, thank you. Hi, friend. Hi, loser. Oh yeah, I forgot I'm the internet bully, and you're the top player. I mean, if there's a switch to make the stick be on the left or right in the buttons, I could see it. But other than that, I couldn't imagine wanting a headset cable drooping over the arcade sticks. I'm toxic. We know. Just doing okay this week? Yeah, I feel that. I'm trying my best here. Just wanted to stop by. Appreciate you, Gangatron. Thanks, homegirl. Okay, so this stick... Let's look at the dimensions for the 3 sticks now. I'm going to go ahead and get the Victrix out of here. Have a good stream, man. I'll try my best. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for stopping by, homie. Now, we're going to take a look at the dimensions of these sticks, right? So, the Drone 2 is 14 by 9 by 5, right? Can't be toxic and wish a good stream. The fuck? No, she's toxic to other people. You haven't seen her on Twitter. It's kind of scary sometimes in like a hot way. What? Anyways, 2.8 pounds, and it's going to be 14 by 9 by 5, which is really cool. So this is going to be like the smallest of the arcade sticks to come out. It's going to be comparable to the Drone 1, which is a little bit shorter, like a little bit less long, and a little bit less weighty, right? A little less girthy. You know, it's not a lot of meat on this stick, you know? The Titan is coming in at 15 by 10 by 5 pounds, which is a lot more reasonable, right? I think 5 pounds is a nice balance. 5 pounds is like not too heavy, but not too light. I think that a lot of people prefer like those like mid-rangey feeling arcade sticks that aren't super heavy, but like aren't like so light that you feel like you can chunk it across a room when you rage, right? Like you can be like, fuck! You can like grab your stick and like wheel it around like this and not feel like it's gonna fly out of your hand, which I guess is a good thing. I personally think 5 pounds is like it's a pretty nice weight when it comes to arcade sticks. And then the big boy, we'll see how big the Obsidian 2 is. So the Obsidian 2 is 19.1 by 10 by 5, and it is 7.4 pounds. I believe the original Obsidian was also about this long, right? Almost 20 inches. Same thing with the Hori Fighting Edge. And the Hori Fighting Edge is like 10 or 11 pounds. I think it's like 10 pounds. The original Obsidian was either 7 or 8 pounds, so this kind of matches up pretty well with the original Obsidian, which I think is a good thing, because that was like one of the big grievances that a lot of people have with the original Obsidian, is that there's just so much space. There's so much space, and there's not a lot to do with it. Like, it's just space. It's space. Like, it's really wide. It's hard to fit in a bag. Like, you have to get like a duffel bag or a specific arcade stick bag to fit something that fucking long, okay? Like, you're not gonna fit. This is a big black monster. Sex jokes gotta stop. They've gotta stop. But there is one big deal between the Obsidian 2 and the Titan that I wanna bring up. The Titan it's giving that same energy that the Drone 2 gives, where you're not really allowed to customize the stick. It looks like it's got a matte finish and it's got the button prompts keyed in or etched into the stick. That doesn't seem to be the case with the Obsidian 2. The Obsidian 2 has one of the good features of arcade sticks that I really like. It has customizability. There is these little 8 stickers or 6 stickers, just like the original Obsidian. You're probably able to pull these up and unscrew some screws, and this panel is going to be able to come right off. Aftermarket brands will come out with like clear plexis that you can replace this with, or full-on aluminum plexi panels to replace this with, right? So that you're allowed to customize the stick and make it more your own. Customizability is a big thing. Customizability is a big thing for people who like arcade sticks. People who like arcade sticks love the idea of being able to customize a stick and make it their own, whether it means like slapping their favorite waifu on there, you know, they're putting like Chun-Li or Cammy or Katana, or like some card game chick like a Dragon Maid waifu, or like a Trap Tricks monster. If you're putting a Trap Tricks monster on an arcade stick, I'm calling the police. Or even an anime character, right? You're putting like Nami from One Piece in her bikini, or Nico Robin. Anyways, so customizability is a good thing, right? And I think maybe that $320 strikes a balance between the Victrix Pro being $400 and uncustomizable unless you want to etch something into it, like laser etch it in. And Victrix will do that for you at events, which is really cool. They did it with the original Victrixes for the PS4 generation. But this, you're able to change that artwork constantly, right? I believe I've made artwork for people with Obsidians. Creeper's one of them. I made an artwork for Creeper. I made an artwork for myself back in the day. And I made like artworks for other people that have, you know, removable panels. And if that artwork is not suiting them anymore, they can just replace that artwork with something that fits them more. Or you can just put back in the original panel, which I think is really cool. So I'm not advocating for the cost increase, the price increase of these arcade sticks, but I will say there is a good reason for this stick, unfortunately, to cost $320. When it's marketed the way it is and it's meant to compete with something like the Victrix Pro, more than likely, the price kind of makes sense, right? I think, like I said, I haven't got to try the Obsidian 2. I haven't got to try the Q8, the Titan, or the Drone 2. I will be buying a Drone 2 for sure. I really want to also get my hands on a Q8, hopefully. I don't really know if I want to justify spending $320 on an arcade stick, especially because my arcade stick reviews, they do nothing other than give me feedback of what people think about arcade sticks, and it lets me put them on my shelf back there. I don't make any money on YouTube. My YouTube channel is not big enough for that. The artwork was so long ago, I forgot it was there. Yeah, and that's another thing, is like, you can just forget it exists. It happens. It's fine. I don't know if I can justify buying one of these for the purposes of a review. So, you know, Qanba, if you're listening, send me a review sample. That'd be sick. I'll review the Obsidian 2. But until then, I think so far, right now, yes, the stick now costs more than $200 because I've upgraded it myself. I put on an aluminum panel, cost me about $70. This set of button, which is another like 40 or 50, I think it was like $50, and this lever, which was 70, right? So this is encroaching on the price of the Obsidian 2 and the Victrix Pro, but this is fully customized, not stock, right? Stock, this is a $200 arcade stick. It opens up. It's native PS5, PS4, PC, has a touchpad, has a headphone jack, has software that goes with it that you can use on the PS5 to like change your buttons, change your lever. I want to say that this is probably the best mid-range / tournament grade stick on a budget right now, and it's probably going to topple these giants. More people are more than likely going to end up with something like this in their hands than the Obsidian 2 or the Victrix Pro. They're really pricey. Now, I don't think that Qanba needs to lower the price of these sticks and Victrix needs to lower the price of these sticks, but these are luxury items. For anyone who doesn't know, anyone who doesn't understand, you do not need an arcade stick to play fighting games. They're not necessary. They're something that is a luxury tool for people who want to play the game in a different way. You can win on a pad, you can win on a hitbox, you can win on an arcade stick. Nothing is stopping you. You do not have to go out and steal mom's credit card and put an Obsidian 2 on it to start winning at Street Fighter 6 to get that $1 million and pay your mom back. You can do it on a pad. Just steal mommy's credit card and buy Street Fighter 6 instead, right? I don't really have much more to say about these arcade sticks, unfortunately, until I can get one of them in my hands. Qanba parts for these two higher grade ones, and then Qanba parts, which are serviceable now. Weren't always, but they're definitely serviceable now on the Drone 2. And I hope for like a bright future for arcade sticks, honestly, when it comes to the PS5 and PS4 generation. We don't see a lot of these sticks being made for Xbox Series consoles, which is kind of alarming. We don't know what the tournament standard will be for this current generation. And honestly, I hope it's PC anyway, but if it's going to be a console with all these sticks coming out and not having Xbox variants, looking like it's going to be PS5. So if you do want a native PS5 stick, you're going to have to pick up one of these or wait for a Brooks adapter, which should be coming out sometime here soon. Anyways, this has been Beanie Thuggish talking about arcade sticks. Hopefully getting his hands on some later to get you guys more reviews for the YouTube. Signing out and saying peace.